Okay, I guess this is a stable connection right now. That's weird. How the LAN is it the landline? The cord is not working that well, and yet the Wi-Fi is working splendid. Okay, let's do this with cake too, I guess. Oh wait, god damn it. Who was it again? No. Oh, he was gonna be. Oh, there we go.
Transcript for the TV show as Vlad at LGB Think Home and Garden TV show hosted by Baron Vladimir.
Hold on. I changed the I changed the title. There you go. Oh god. Let's do that. Let's do that. So I just realized how much volume I was giving it. Everything. And then we can maybe do that. I don't know if I fucked it up. Oh wait. Hold on. There we go. I think. Take 3. I don't know why I'm dead set on this.
Transcript for the TV show Hark on Vladimir at LGB Think Home and Garden TV show hosted by.
Oh wait. Gotta make him. First of all, take that, and then 7, 7. There we go. Let's do it. Money shot. Martini shot. Yeah.
Transcript for the TV show Hark on Vladimir. LGBT themed home and garden TV show hosted by Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. Harkonnen. Happy Pride, citizens of the Emperor's Shadow. Roman 4. Baron Harkonnen wishes to employ many gestures of good faith and tips for Pride Month filled with social cohesion for you and your family, protected under the kindly purview of Chom. I'm broadcasting to you, as always, in my surprisingly undisclosed bunker in the volatile regions of Judy Secondus, so that our tips to make your BBQ or NDMA fuel romp at the clubs are broadcast without disruption. The host with non-parallel skills in logistics finds his BMI the third largest concern of the season. The first 2 concerns, of course, being 1. Sourcing the newest, most untouched catamites of your growing domain. 2. Ensuring there be no lethal traps installed in the thighs of said catamites. Safety first, a motto in frequent circulation amongst my house staff. A house party with no conjugal poisonings is a house party talked about with less frequency yet more fondness than parties with them. You want to be spoken about in whispers, not frenzied shouts to the regional constabulary. While it is my hope you have a sufficient and superior staff that cleans all of your messes, this episode today is for those of you with insatiable aspirations. When sourcing those quivering meats, those gorgeous spoils that won't talk back if they know what is good for them, you must consider not just who caught them, but how, where. Then keep them healthy enough to not think unbrushed and toothless sucks look good at an after-pride concert. Yes, we have concerts, and yes, please go see them, but not looking like something you dragged out from under a bush or my bed. Disc. No such flattery under Baron's banners. Just because they can't vote doesn't mean they don't appreciate civility. Let us all admire their meatness in different cuts in both fresh and cured meats. Yes, they come in buns, but for more Titillating uses that would be terrible served in anything larger than a toothpick skewer. To suggest and to ruin origin. An obvious joke. Baron, give him a daggone origin, honestly. Harkonnen? Nods acceptance. Yes, I brought some examples. Cut to the kitchen counter. Here, we have an excellent dish if you plan on staying at your town home all night and saving one of these tasty nibbles on your lentil as a lure for those nocturnal buccaneers. Then, once they're duly on their knees or back against the fridge or wall, really, whichever inanimate structure can sustainably hold that position once pinned from behind. You can easily assemble this quick fix without the need to do more than ask the delivery human, formerly known as the wet boy, drop the hamster by the lintel. As we can both gleefully notice, taking the wet babe and cutting him up like a thin bread will cut is no issue if he thinks plain. Humber is cool with the houses who get our taxis and tip more than is socially expected. Not everyone can take a full 3-inch cut of a sopping Santa for their own, let alone 2 or more. Yes, 2 is not enough. An empty leaves 2 empty and a night comes home early on those days, as the after party is usually with 3 or more remain still panting. You tell them to drink water. More water is better than no water. Vladimir, on how to make the catamites behave. Now, about disciplining these little cuties. Since our population, under the umbrella of gold and nucleus issued identities, grows shorter each year, this means even the small creatures have thoughts of rebellion, including escaping. This brings me to my feline creatures that may reside in your town hall. We must cage them in at all times, or else they will stalk, attack, and put your catamite into submission. That is, they will displace all else in their desire to have the warm, soft human alter themselves. A jealous house pet is a sad dombit. Give them food, belly rubs, and a strong work ethic, and the purrs will come out on their own. And if there are those who forget their ways and end up fling growling for another, a whip or leash can also serve as a fond reminder that purse comes in differing sizes and textures, especially at the touch of a single man. Oh, my dear followers and concatenated populace, how to play the catamites against each other. If the catamites involve themselves in bouts of jealous rambling, such as I'm not the bottom, I'm the bottom, you can play them against each other with ease. Here, we have a common fruit that many humans love. Yes, avocado. These delicate, smooth fruits are very useful for covering any bad smells. From an egg rub before bed to an afternoon pick-me-up consisting of catamites and cucumbers. Oh, yes. Yes. Combining avocado with catamites, any human knows will find it delightfully sweet, a petit fit for House Harkonnen's banquets. No one knows more about fashioning a palate fit for nobility. We insist the peasants who come at the scent of decadence just taste a little, and then they are gone. A flee to whatever hovel they have, lamenting how they aren't the type of guy who can score avocados. Oh yes, oh no, they aren't the one. We do hope you stay thirsty. Neighbors, remember to drink water. Your bloodlines will thank you. All throughout the Empire, the sun glints off a certain mineral-rich golden field. And I'm speaking of Harkonnen. Only Harkonnen. This cannot be said for another. Only Harkonnen may we have a minute's silence for His Imperial Highness's most dutiful grandson. Well, clearly you aren't a citizen, but I'll entertain your foolishness. Because I may seek to replicate the techniques used by the people's most cunning enemy, the usurper of darker territory, the very face of the Coriolis displacement movement who thinks Chum cares about their mischief. Not only are they wrong, but we have solid physical proof due to the wrath of compromise. Don't mess with us. We bring out our knives in secret until they tuck tail. Run. Cry uncle from the dell sagging, leaking from their disgraced body. When one house must claim the spoils over another who will claim many fine fruits, another battle wages just as vigorously. The fruit stall battle. No quarter, no rationing between two. Not one is a reverend mother with several houses standing behind her back. Tests are had. Tests like avocado over cucumber, such a common and delectable staple, especially so, as you'll see in the recipes to follow. Don't try this unless you have plenty of avocados from many dealers, or your dealers become thin. Vladimir on best practice for detecting booby traps hidden within the catamites. Now, when the catamite does prove itself in other ways, such as delivering you documents or passing along messages, we still have to make sure the trap has not been rigged. Never let the catamite know what you are doing. They're just as happy that they still have lids attached. And in doing so, you can conduct your searches away from their prying eyes. Yes, yes. Sometimes a catamite may catch you, as if by accident, going through their laundry or looking into their bags. You say, I'm simply looking for something I dropped. You can grab their balls, twist them as you want. They love it. No accusation. I won't judge your gutter thoughts. We have every reason to search. It is for a good cause. Important. I promise. Cross my heart and seal it with spit. Now, I have prepared a quick guide to check the avocados themselves for tripwires, concealed poisons, and undue trauma. Top 10 locations and methods of lethal device to watch out for. 10. Toes remove their boots and check all the webbing and spongy joints between the toes. 9. Thigh shaving or wax in the region will expose false flesh that could conceal an irritant. 8. Bands make sure all of the hairbands used by the catamite are examined thoroughly, as a loop could contain a poison sac or monomolecular thread. 7. Here's many an assassin of renown have embedded a neurotoxin or tracer in the inner ear. 6. Neck, collar, throat permanently altering the catamite may draw attention by the guard during inspection. However, a spot of color, a hair loose in their eyelash extensions. Yes, attested must be. 5. Underskirt catamites have on occasion sought to escape our bounds by folding paper they have stolen, or even making crude doilies and crate liners before shoving up or inside themselves. Not only the groin area is a possible bulging, but the knees, elbows, and particularly round hinges that catamites may conceal objects inside. A human is an easy form to slip, but know our secrets. Tusk, how would they? We ask if the catamite wore leathers and not the cheat were provided as part of their identity packages when contracted and pledged for house Hakanen services, which leaves their knees to do so, which has no friction to fold, yes, inside their skin, where the wool is less apt to slide the object down their ankle. Cursed, no. 4. Gut, stomach, and flanks, the perfect and most delectable traps can also masquerade as a snack. Even your drool, a fluid, can be coated in poison. A human nose is full of slits to their breath, making a sybil a task for the catamite to coat all around. But be warned of the traps. You will pay heavily, possibly fatally if such was their aim, and all of the money transferred over well. You double check at all angles and perceptive edges. Toss in a few meows, and the sirening mule continues its adoratory cacophony. How human faces transform so quickly from hardened lackeys to childish purring pet lovers at the mewing of a defenseless kitten is a natural adaptation of the weak. We exploit the weakness as we move around, as you will soon learn. Breathe. Nasal and nasal cavity board guards sometimes provide mini trips inside a catamite with straws. Blow deep. Rivers and a steady hand that can send small, innocuous tools just deep enough for you to smell and cleanse any contaminants left behind from Darko contacts. Some poor individuals are fooled by false and synthetic cavities in which the breathing passages lead directly to ever waste. 2. Cheeks-teething infant humans like to chew and keep things that may otherwise hurt others with pointed teeth and sharp edges. These might include keys, wires, chemicals in vials, bones of their immediate devoured lunch. It's all part of child development. Who needs diapers when wet boy training provides 3 daily tumbles per roll with the new house kit to deal with their excretory functions? What's an explosion after rolling out of a hover track? It has raindrop sensors to prevent your suit from smoking and burning anyone. You should use them everywhere, in every room. And last, in lieu of any threats, bribes, or legal aid, here be your number 1 location of lethal device to look for under our catamite. Hole of loyalty. In these stressful times of our far future imperial calendar, the question seems all too obvious a danger. Someone has learned of this. Then they know. Oh, but who taught you? Someone should have asked you if the hole they carved inside of you in order to use as a carrier container would have made you a mule or maybe an ocelot. They should have given it special medicine. Called upon the gods, taken the time to feed it, give you full release and pleasure from long nights alone together, their hips chuffing all their frustrations and anger away. So much easier when one can see and hear you after every session, looking into your unbroken gaze. But one cannot overfeed or sexually stimulates all the catamite bodies of the year. Pour a bit of soda inside of it, yes, and drugs. Then you found yourself a tasty old loyal pizzas. But whatever your choice in drinks, let the particular taste sit for some time, as anybody trained by a wet babe will hold and maintain body tremors. It's just so many orgasms within 2 hours is a huge rush that will send the unsuspecting watcher into the loft where they always fall and crack their head. Now what other proof could we require? A favorite? A tried and true classic? Really? No one has heard of that classic. Please excuse me. Would never have seen it except for a family obligation. My mother wanted to prove she had seen this before, yet could recall nothing else outside of the nested scene. My, what a fun day I had seeing a House Rich Speak flick. That will be it, my fond subjects. For those of you wondering, is catamite a boy or a plate of food? That's by design. Next week, P. Diddy will be on the show, and we'll have a Pride Week after party freak off and debrief. Our house is coming into view. Do make note to those who dither around aimlessly all over the city with their sniveling pets beside them to stay well. Don't stop for me if you have an emergency on the road, no matter the shape you're in. We hate traffic at the Hark household. Good night, sleep tight. Put out that avocado with a wet towel after chopping the onions. And don't cut the catamite with non-plastosteel, non-permanent steel, and stick to pajama wood for the handles as they get warm rather than hot. We don't cook on an open range today. It's a different technology. Remember, avocado, kitty face. and cut around the bulge when doing certain avocado recipe tests for the prince's lunch or an appetizer for your most royal and grand palace guests. Avocados got them slices through. Remember, your most valued clients will be thirsty, yes. After all, the catamite flippity flop around. But watch, learn the knife placement. Learn to wait until the best avoc. At Do's return, and watch the latest tech go under your control. Off-screen meowing and doorbell. Oh no. Oh no. Where is the knife? Fiddle de cat. Those darn Herkenniepers. And transcript.